that know her.
Technically, I'm a witch.
Season 2, Vampy D's. Ash is vamp-splaining. Petey's learning about the bros, Stefan and Damon. Pete-dictions coming true. Founding fam's got a plan. Guess who's back in the falls with their eyes on her man's body stacking up? A lot of people H for B. Now what's going on with these Vampire Diaries? Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
Ash, it's been a hot minute since we have recorded an episode.
It has. Hope everyone's having a good summer.
Our numbers are dropping.
No!
We need people to tell their friends. I mean, people are still listening, but it's probably because we've been absent.
Yeah, we need some new tent.
Yes, we need that hot tent. We need to be camping in the tent.
Which is not what we've been doing.
No, we've been having a summer. And, but now we're back again.
We're back.
Here's Johnny. Here's Petey.
All right.
Here's Vampire.
Vampiri's in the house.
Ash, what can we say about the past several weeks?
Oh, man. We've been trying to just have a little bit of a vacation.
Yep.
And not really be working or doing things. Hopefully y'all have been doing that too.
Worked so hard I forgot how to vacation.
But it's been good.
Pete Malone.
Yeah, we've been hanging with fam, doing the thing.
Hanging with fam. Now we're watching a Vam.
Vampire Diaries.
No,
yeah. I've been missing doing our pod. It's just been a little hard. We've been traveling and we don't have our usual setup and all that.
I hope that the sound is perfect and crisp and clear on this recording.
It might get real crisp when I accidentally fall onto the mic. Because we're on the lean lane.
We're leaning. But we're recording. We're happy to be here. We watched a hot, fresh episode of the Vampire Diaries mere moments ago.
I was going to say mere moments ago.
Our takes are going to be as hot and fresh as a Little Caesars.
I was going to say Krispy Kreme donut.
Ooh, the hot sign is on, Ash.
The hot sign is on.
And we are glazing pods right now.
It's going to be a sticky pod.
Get me a dozen pods right now.
You do have a dozen pods. Your pod listener, you.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. All right, Ash.
What's up?
We will be recording an episode tonight. We'll probably have another fresh, hot ep next week. We might go on another short hiatus, but bear with us. We will finish season 2. We will finish the series.
100%.
Yes. Ash, but tonight's episode, we're rusty of talking.
That's okay.
Season 2, episode 17, Know Thy Enemy. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thy, thee, thou.
Yes.
That's good stuff.
Very fancy.
Oldie English, I call it, from the shoppy.
Yeah.
Ash, I do have one thing Vampire Diaries related.
Oh, what?
We were at a zoo.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes.
And another person at the zoo had a Mystic Grill T-shirt on.
I know.
We almost accosted her, but we decided against it. We stayed 6 feet away at least, and we let her live her life without even... Maybe she's a listener. If you were at the zoo last week, shout us a holler.
Which zoo?
Any zoo.
The zoo.
This is a missed connection.
Okay.
If you were at a zoo last week, well, and you were wearing a Mystic Grill shirt.
Okay, that's probably pretty rare.
Yeah. Holler at us.
Do it.
Maybe you're that person.
And also you can be a weird pretender and pretend to be that person, and that would be okay too.
Yep. Just hit the DMs. I'll tell Ash if it's not too weird.
Yeah, don't be too weird.
No. Ash, I was shivering from this cold open.
Burr.
The cold open picks up the very next moment after the last episode, which we watched many weeks ago. And it's Isabel at the door with Elena and Aunt Jenna. Isabel says to Aunt Jenna, "You're the woman dating my husband." That's a bold statement.
I can't believe Aunt Jenna didn't just fall all the way down.
Yeah, does Aunt Jenna know about any of these shenanigans yet?
No.
Wow.
So, without even knowing that she's a vampire and all this stuff, she's already just so surprised and betrayed just by finding out that she's alive, and Elena knew about it, and Alaric knew about it, and John knew about it. She doesn't even know the vampire part.
No.
And she's still, like, freaking out.
Elena tells Jenna to not invite Isabel in, which
Good.
again, to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a noob, that's like, huh?
Mm-hmm. But Jenna's not trying to invite her in anyways.
No. Jenna feels very betrayed, and like, did John and Rick know? She asks.
Yeah.
It's always funny to me that she calls Alaric Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I would call him...
Alar.
What was his last name again?
Saltzman.
Saltzman. I would call him the Salt Man.
If you were dating him?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like, this is my partner, the Salt Man.
You wish.
That's what I would say. And I would be Petey Pepper.
Oh my gosh.
And that would be about it.
Okay.
So Jenna is big sad, runs upstairs, locks the door. You can tell someone's sad when they close the door and sit against the door and then cry.
Yeah.
Whenever you do that, I know you're really sad.
I don't think I've ever done that, actually. But she's having, like, a panic attack also. She's, like, holding her chest and taking quick breaths.
Wow. Ash, that was the cold open. We see the title. It was nice to see the title once again.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine, on the other side of the title, of course.
Yes, yes.
Catherine and the Salvatore bros are at the Salvatore mansion, and they're talking about Isabel showing up. They do some exposition right after the cold open. Look, the cold open, you come in cold, you get some action.
You're like, whoa.
You see the title, then you get the exposition.
Yeah,
Ash,
that's
classic.
how they do it. They don't want you to keep being confused.
No. If you were just confused the whole show, why then you'd be watching Westworld. I don't know. Some show is confusing.
Yeah.
Seems like Catherine is playing the bros again. They're two fiddles that she knows well,
Oh, yeah.
I would say, if someone asked me.
Let's ask you, what do you think?
Two fiddles. They all want Klaus dead, though. The common bond.
Right.
Also, Ash, she can do a sister-sister swap, if you know what I mean by that.
I do.
With Elena in the future. And I said foreshadowing, which I thought it might be foreshadowing for later in the season. No, it's foreshadowing for this episode.
Yeah.
So that's good.
They set it up.
They set it up. And then they
Slam dunk.
knocked it down.
No, I don't know.
Slammed it. They alley-ooped and then they...
Slammed it in.
Yep. Alaric goes to Elena's house to mend things with Jenna, but she's not hearing it. She's feeling rage and betrayal. Ash, when was the last time? No, I'm just kidding.
But you know what is bothersome to me?
Please tell me.
When someone ever finds out, like, a crazy truth in a show or a movie, they're always like, no, I don't want you to explain it. And I'm always like, in real life, I don't think I've ever heard a crazy truth, but I'm always like, tell me everything from beginning to end, all the details immediately right now.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be still in the dark? I guess she's like, I don't want to hear any more lies from you. I guess she's just so not trusting that she doesn't even want to hear from them.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear that.
I'd rather even hear some more lies than nothing at all.
Yeah, you would want to just know the truth maybe from like an outside source.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's going to stay on campus because she has a thesis due, apparently.
I know. How you gonna just up and stay on campus? You got a dorm room there you pay for you've never been to?
I mean, maybe so. The way these Gilberts are throwing around money and getting checks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stay on
that was a weird
campus.
thing.
If they're gonna do weird like exposition, like we didn't see her there. Like
She's never been on a campus writing papers.
I didn't know she was in school. Maybe they set that up, but I didn't remember that.
Remember she was like, "Oh, last year I was just a grad student
Oh yeah,
getting high all the time."
yes.
But she's not
And now
like, "I'm a
she's
grad
still-
student right now."
Yeah, but she is. She's like, now I'm a grad student with with 2 kids that are my age.
And a dorm room, apparently.
Yeah, very strange. And do grad students stay on campus?
Probably not the good ones.
Hey, all our grad student listeners who stay on campus, we love you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ash is talking smack, but we support your decision.
Actually, I loved living on campus when we were in college.
I loved living in the vicinity of campus.
Yeah. It's cool. You can just like walk across the street, get a waffle,
Yeah, I liked getting like
get a cheeseburger.
I liked getting like a breaded chicken sandwich whenever I wanted to. Mm-hmm. But also, that leads to bad things. You shouldn't have that.
I used to get the best sandwiches.
It's like how like they test these rats in their brains, and like how they can press a button and get cocaine. Mm-hmm. I can just walk 10 steps and get a breaded chicken sandwich. That's like a rat getting a bunch of cocaine. Exactly the same.
And it was amazing.
Yeah. I should stop. I need to go let those rats out. They've been getting all the cocaine. She's gonna stay on campus. Speaking of like checks from historical foundations, Jenna in her like huff leaving the house, she's like, and you have to go get that check from the historical foundation from Mom's thing. Like, okay, this is the first we're hearing about this also.
She just said a bunch of random stuff that didn't really make any sense while she was mad.
Yeah, and she was just setting up stuff for later in the episode.
She set up the check thing.
Uh-huh.
Which was just like another event at the Lockwoods, basically.
Which was such a throwaway.
Anyone else could have set that up, by the way. And then she said the weird thing about, I guess she needed a reason to leave the house, or we would be like, where is she?
But we didn't think about where she was, and we didn't see her.
Mm-mm.
And not that much stuff happened at the house.
No.
So much weirdness.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a whole, like, D story of her, like, writing her thesis, and, like...
They cut it out.
Instead of writing about whatever thing she was studying, she's like, just like, Uncle Father John, Alaric, lies.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll never see that cutting room floor.
We don't want to. It's like we do.
Psych, we don't.
It's like we do. It's like we don't. It's like we do. It's like we don't.
All right, we can't just do all inside jokes.
Why?
Maybe that's what people want. I don't know.
That's a really good. That's a classic.
That's a classic. Me and Ash say psych, we do. Psych, we don't.
Way too many times.
Yeah. All right. We've gone off the rails. We're in a new location. We haven't potted in a minute. We're off the rails.
It's like we don't.
It's like we do. It's like we are. Uncle Father John is back. He just waltzes in. He was in the house already.
I just hate him. I don't like anything about him.
I feel like several times, including in this episode, they keep trying to make him, whatchamacallit, empathetic or whatever.
Oh, uh-huh.
And, like, we care for him, but we just don't. We don't like you.
Nope. He's someone who I just can't stand to look at.
No.
It's like, ugh, you're the worst. Get out of here.
And this is not to disparage an entire job description, but he looks kind of like a youth pastor.
Yes.
Like a cool youth pastor.
Oh.
But you just want to, like, not like him, not trust him. Right?
He does.
Alaric punches him from very far away.
It's like he had Stretch Armstrong arms.
Yeah, which
He was
maybe he
like,
does. Maybe that's one of his new gadgets.
Oh.
That'd be cool. Like it has a spring on the end with like a punching glove.
Mm-hmm.
Alaric goes steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alaric leaves and Elena's like, oh, this is your fault, Dad or John or whatever.
Sean
John. Also, he's wearing a Sean John whole velour sweatsuit.
That would make it infinitely better.
It's very cool. And he's wearing G-Unit sneakers. Caroline is looking for Matt. Where's Matt?
Where's Matt? Well, because she told him about vampires and all this stuff, and now she can't find him. That's pretty scary.
If you're going to tell someone about vampires, you better be able to find them.
Yeah.
Rule 1. She calls Stefan. She gets in her Ford Fiesta.
Mm-hmm. She has another commercial.
Well, hold on. Matt has a catering job at the Lockwood, so that's what we're looking for Matt.
Yeah, which that could have just been the setup to the party with the check.
Yes. And, yeah, she was talking on the phone with Stefan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stefan could have been like, oh, I think Elena has to go, like, get a check from there or something.
Yeah, for her mom's
Some
thing.
weird thing that no one knows about her mom getting a check.
And no one will ever explain it.
Yeah. And maybe every season her mom gets a check. I don't know. But, yeah, that could have been a good spot for that. So, you know, if you want to do a little Zack Snyder cut.
A little choppy chop.
Yeah. But yes, Caroline starts to do a commercial for the Ford Fiesta. Hey, in the Ford Fiesta that Caroline has, you can take like a phone call through the speakers.
Yeah. And she had a commercial with that giant iPad thing, but it wasn't an iPad.
Yes.
And then she had a commercial way back when she was driving her car.
Yeah.
Was it the same car?
I think so. Ford is all over the show.
Yeah. I bet you between...
Way back. We were watching it way back.
Yeah, we were watching, yeah.
Yeah. When they had aired, it was 10 weeks apart or something.
No, but I bet when it was live on television, it had Ford commercials
Oh, for sure.
in between.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
And
Just in case you missed the commercial within the show, here's an actual commercial.
oh man, I wish we saw the commercials with this. Some hot 2010 commercials.
Oof. Yeah, I didn't even watch the commercials because I watched it like a little bit late. But I'm still a fan. Super fan.
So you said Caroline gets all the commercials,
Yeah.
and when I was working on
What were you working on?
a season of Drag Race.
Yes.
Which one was it? Probably season 12, and they had the lip sync assassins.
Yeah.
Come in, and Vanjie came in, and so I worked on Untucked, and they gave Vanjie all the promos.
Oh, yeah. Vanjie's
Vanjie
amazing.
came in, they gave Vanjie the promos, and I think you get some extra dough. I don't think Caroline it's probably written into her contract, but I think they threw Vanjie some extra promo dough.
They should.
But
And also Drag Race loves Vanjie.
yes, and we love them for it, and it's hard to lock down Vanjie and get her to do lines. She's more of an off-the-cuff gal.
Yeah.
So I sign NDAs and stuff like that, but that's what I'll say about that.
Okay.
So
That's
she
fine.
does the promos. Maybe it takes several takes. Who's to say?
I'd like to see the improv promos that she came up with.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Uncle, Father, John, nothing.
Uncle, father, pastor, youth pastor.
Youth Pastor John. Nothing. Gilberto wants to talk to Elena and Stefan, but it can only be downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I was annoyed by that also. Because he's like, I want to talk to both of you downstairs.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like, well, we're all here.
Yeah.
Let's talk where we're sitting.
Yeah. Well,
But it's because Isabel is down there.
he invited her in, which went. Oh, I get so much stress when all these people keep inviting all these people into these houses.
Yes.
Like, I don't want normal humans being able to just walk into my house. Vampires?
I know.
Whooshing into my house?
It's scary. I wish that every person had to be invited in or they were blocked on the outside.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
I hesitate to go down the rabbit hole that is The Shining. I'm reading The Shining right now. But there are parallels in that. I think people know the general idea of The Shining, but there's a man, a woman, their child, and the fella is slowly going a little mad. Mm-hmm. And it's all them, and they're snowed in at this hotel. Mm-hmm. And that's like having... And he's in the hotel with them, with Wendy and Danny. Jack's in there with Wendy and Danny. That's like having a scary person in your house.
Yeah.
Parallels. Similar.
You're going to find them because that's what you're reading currently.
I know. And I won't talk about The Shining too much. I mean, I could do a Shining podcast.
Oh, no.
But I won't.
Oh, yes.
No. We are here to speak about the Vampire Diaries, not the Shining Diaries. Mm-hmm. The Overlook documents.
Okay, Pete.
All right.
They needed to talk downstairs.
Yeah, she's in there, like swimwear. I said I would have had that conversation on the porch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't invite her in.
Rumors of a doppelganger. Isabel is spinning yarns.
Yes.
Rumors of a doppelganger. All the vampires will want to come kidnap Elena. But Isabel has a safe house. The deed is in Elena's name, so no vampires will get in there without Elena's permission. So come to the safe house. These vampires, so many vampires are coming to kidnap you, but they will not be able to.
And Elena's like, nope, I hate you. I don't believe you. Get out of here.
Yes. Burnt up. Cut to a burnt up Luca in his apartment. Mm-hmm. The opposite of the Luca that we have seen recently on the Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah, in the water.
He was in the water. This Luca is on the land.
Yeah.
All burnt up. Mm-hmm. Bonnie and Damon and Jeremy are looking around the apartment getting grimoires.
I kept thinking, there's no way they're going to be able to carry all these grimoires out of here. They have like one bag. There's like hundreds of grimoires. And they're super heavy. Mm-hmm. That would take like a whole day. And you have to have like a bunch of boxes.
Yeah, they didn't even have a wheelbarrow.
I'm not going to say that word.
Yeah, I was thinking wheelbarrow, which it is, but some people say wheelbarrow.
Yeah, see, no, I can't even say it.
Don't even try. They would need a wheelbarrow. Bonnie is doing witch stuff because she has her powers back. Doc Martin gave her powers.
Back on his dying breath or whatever.
Yep, before his big cool boots folded up into ash. Right? Because he's a witch.
Laced up.
Mm-hmm. She wants to harness all of the ancient dead witch power, which don't we all? Damon knows where the witches were burned. Bonnie uses a magic. She uses magic to find the spell in all the books. It just falls open.
Yeah, they fall off the shelf and it's just like, here it is.
Yeah, I was distracted because I was trying to think of the Rob Zombie song, "Burn the Witches and the Ditches in the Back of My Dragula."
Oh my gosh, I don't know that.
What?
Or if I have heard it, I never knew what the words were, which is
I obviously
very common.
I don't know what the words are either.
Okay.
But burning witches, I don't know. Connections, threads.
Yeah, I don't know that song.
Isabel is with a man friend.
Yes.
Do we ever? He's probably one of these boy toys because it's not the powerful vampire from later, is it?
No, but it's obviously a witch because he does mind hurting to the vamps, and he does a spell later.
And is it the same guy throughout?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
But they never say his name.
Catherine whooshes in, and they choke each other out a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then it turns out it's a friendly choke, and they're friends.
You got me.
Isabel knows where Klaus is. She's been making a deal with him to save Catherine's life. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. There's a silly joke where we think they're having wine, but because it's the vintner, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually the vintner's blood.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he gave you the wine. It must be good. But no, it's his body's blood.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was good. That's a new vampire thing. I like that when you see that. Mm-hmm. Isabel talks about playing Uncle John. She found someone in Klaus's circle, one of his witches, okay. Mm-hmm. He wants the Moonstone and the doppelganger. The bros and Elena talk about their plan. They need to protect her as usual.
Of course.
So one of them needs to go to the Lockwood luncheon with her. Catherine walks in, wants to know the plan.
I know, she comes in here like really hot and being like, tell me where this is, what's the plan, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you're being really suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Sheriff Forbes is talking to Lady Interim Mayor Lockwood about a body and a fire and some blood or something. Are they talking about the Martens?
Yes.
Okay. Caroline asks if they've seen Matt, and Lady Interim Mayor Lockwood says no, but it asks if he's heard from Tyler. Tyler's still MIA.
I know, it's kind of sad. She's just has no idea where her son is.
I know, it's very sad. Stefan and Elena are there, and Caroline is worried Matt will tell everybody about all the vampire stuff.
Yeah.
Damon, Jeremy, and Bonnie are the B squad now. Mm-hmm. They're going where Emily Bennett was burned. Damon tried to save her back in the day. Did we see all that stuff? Mm-hmm. They walk into a decrepit mansion.
We've seen this mansion all the time in the flashbacks.
Damon starts to feel magic. The witches don't want him there. He can't move. His ring isn't working. He gets burned up a bunch.
I know. Were you scared for him?
No. These bros aren't going to die.
Were you like, oh no, Damon. Nothing?
I didn't want him to get burned up.
Yeah.
Catherine is looking through Damon's stuff back at the mansion, stealing his money, and checking his flume.
Yeah. In the fireplace.
Going in his nice bathroom. We love his bathroom.
Well, her hands got dirty checking the flume.
Yeah, that's why, when you check the flume, your hands get a little dirty.
You gotta wash your hands in the nice bathroom.
Yeah, I like that sink. Mm-hmm. And,
a decor vase of soaps.
Yeah, and I said the Moonstone is hiding with the soaps. OMG.
Of course, because it looks like a bar of soap.
That's totally just the writers having a laugh.
Yeah.
They're like, this Moonstone looks like some soap. Let's write so many things about it being soap. Damon's going to call it soap. 2 episodes later, he's going to put it with the soaps.
I know, and you called it a soap so early on, way before the writers were making jokes about it being soap.
Maybe they heard me.
In the past?
Uh-huh. Isabel says hi to a lark in the street. She brought him to the streets, Ash.
Oh, yeah.
She wants to apologize, tells him she loved him, and I guess that makes her feel better.
Yeah, she was like, I don't want to do what I'm about to do without telling you whatever. She's like, I compelled you to be over me. Do you remember that? We saw that scene.
Yeah. I guess maybe she knew how she may end up, and maybe a lark ends up in a weird spot as well. So maybe she thought that just she was going to die and he was going to be okay. At least he could know that she apologized. I don't know.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm gonna have this guy hurt you
Yeah, I said
and kidnap you, but I'm gonna tell you that I loved you a lot, and I
Yeah.
compelled you to forget me, but I did love you, and okay, bye.
Yeah, I said some creep cages allergic. Allergic. I'm allergic.
Allergic to dancing.
I'm allergic to dancing. Alaric. Some creep cages his mind, Ash.
Yeah.
Damon is waiting outside the decrepit mansion. The witches are playing games with him. Jeremy and Bonnie have the grimoire. They smooch. I had to check in. Jeremy's hair looked good.
Yes, of course. Looking good.
There's soft whispering as Bonnie does magic.
Mm-hmm.
The spirits of the witches who died there, Bonnie can feel them.
Yeah.
And all the candles flame on. And then Bonnie's like,
They're ready.
They're ready.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish.
She ready. They ready.
They're ready. I meant to say Elena, but I said Elion. Accepts
I taught someone named Elion.
Was it Elion Gonzalez?
It was not.
Famous child who came to America in a boat?
I know the story, but no, that was not my student.
That was when we were very young, and then many, many years later, I was hanging out at my friend Chris's house, and I think like his parents just had NPR on or something, and it was like, we talked to Elion 10 years or whatever, 15 years later, and it was just a man now speaking in Spanish. I didn't really follow up with it because...
I hope they're okay.
Yeah, totally.
They were on that puzzle we did.
Elion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Was it the 90s puzzle? Probably.
Or the early 00s.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a strange time. We should look into that. They should do a
What was up with that?
friggin' mini series on that. They're making everything else.
Yeah.
Give us the Elion.
Yeah, what was going on here? Because we were kids and we didn't understand.
No. And it's like not the thing that you think about that often, so you don't like deep dive.
No, but we should. We should figure it out.
Yeah. But I heard that he accepted like a scholarship at a Lockwood luncheon. Oh wait, no, that was Elena.
Elena.
Wait, Ash. Elena Gilbert, Elion Gonzalez.
E.G. Oh gosh, I'm going through puberty right now.
E.G. E.G. We solved the case.
We did.
All right, podcast over.
All right, we're out.
Just kidding. Isabel bites Uncle John. Elena is giving...
She's there to have a distraction. Because John's
That's
like...
what she says, yeah.
Yeah, which the distraction is to get Elena alone so that Catherine can switch out with her.
The sister switch.
Yeah.
I thought Elena was giving like a very chill speech.
Yeah, she was doing a good job.
When this whole thing went down. And I thought that like Elena was like, what the heck? My speech, I spent like a lot of time writing this, and now Uncle John's just falling down the steps with a bloody neck. He's ruining everything.
But people like ran to him and like tried to see what was going on. I feel like that wouldn't really happen. Someone falls down the stairs and every person gets up and runs over.
Yeah, probably just like a couple Karens would go over there.
No, I feel like people would stand up and try to look, but like I don't think people would all like run. But
I certainly
because the
wouldn't.
whole room emptied, and then Elena was all by herself, and she stood on the stage the whole time. It was kind of weird. It was a little dramatic.
And that was so that Catherine could sister her.
Yeah.
As she foretold.
Yes. She was like, I like your dress. Can I borrow it? Steal you. Switch you with you.
Sister. And then I said, what's the sheriff going to say? Animal attack in the Lockwood mansion?
No, she's just like, it was just a bad fall. He's okay.
Yeah, now get out.
And then as soon as they leave, Damon's like, what? Damon shows up and he's like, what happened? He's like, he's dead. It was like one breath between the last person leaving the mansion and Damon asking.
Yeah, good timing for
Yeah.
Sheriff Forbes.
It was funny.
Catherine is faking as Elena, but Stefan knew it wasn't her and pushed her against his nice car. But then she...
Yeah, she injected him with some vervain.
Or something else.
What else?
Drugs. Just kidding.
Just like actual drugs.
Yeah.
The rat cocaine or whatever.
Oh, yeah. She injected him with some rat cocaine. Wow. So Bonnie is back at the mansion, the other mansion. So many mansions.
I know, this in the South, it's an issue.
It's, Bonnie and Jeremy are there. Damon's out on the stoop.
Mm-hmm.
And the witches start witching.
Oh, yeah.
I said, these witches must have taken Latin in high school. Bonnie starts freaking. And then she's like, I did it. And then I was like, but what did she do? And then we learn later.
Yeah, she gets the powers, but when she's freaking, I feel like she's getting all of the pain from all the witches who died.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
There was some
really,
subtext there.
Yeah, it's not really easy being a witch. You're not just like, I'll get these powers and then I'll use them or whatever. Like, it has, wreaks a toll. That's the thing.
Sure.
Wreaks havoc.
Wreaks havoc.
Pays a toll.
Pays a toll.
On your body.
Takes a toll. Toll road.
All right, we hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really does a number on ya.
Yeah.
There we go. That's one I know.
Lockwood and Forbes usher the guests out. Damon arrives, explains the ring
I know.
to the ladies, and he's like, he'll be fine.
What
in
did
a
you
couple
think about
hours.
him telling them about the ring?
I mean, yeah, I guess he had to because Uncle John is just going to be around later. So instead of them being like, a zombie, he was just like, yeah, vampires exist and also there's magic and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that he said that. I feel like it makes it really risky.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, this ring protects you from supernatural entities. And I'm like, now they have to worry that there's more than one supernatural entity. They only know about vampires.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like supernatural entities. Why didn't Damon just say vampires? What else is there?
What else is out there?
I know.
A swamp thing?
I feel like in the moment, he's usually really guarded with information, but I feel like in the moment he was just like, yeah, this is the thing, and I'll tell you all the things.
Yeah. I just need this.
We're like, shut up, Damon.
I just need this uncle. Let me get out of here. Matt is also there, and he's mad, and he approaches Sheriff Forbes. I mean, picture Forbes' day. She's got a lot going on. And then all of a sudden, Matt comes out of the woodwork and it's talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see the file.
She's like,
Get out of my face. And she, twists his arm. Because he gets in her face. He wants to see Vicky's file. He looks bad. I said, too much hair gel or something.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't look good when he's mad.
He said, unlike Neo's gal or whatever.
What?
Neo, when you're mad, when you get that
The
angry face.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Neo had a song, he liked his girl with his angry face, with an
Yeah.
angry face?
He did.
Opposite of Matt. We know that Neo's gal wasn't Matt.
Right. That is a fact.
Yes. He wants to see how they covered up Vicky, how she was killed by a vampire, and he puts his hands on Sheriff Forbes,
Mm-hmm.
and she puts him on the car. Ash.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta put these guys on the car. Stefan put Catherine on the car. Forbes put Matt on the car.
Lots of putting on cars.
Duality, Ash. Damon brings Uncle John to the Salvatore mansion. Damon becomes shirtless.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a call from Stefan.
His hands get bloody when he brings in Uncle John, and he goes to wash his hands.
What if he had
and then he goes to wash his hands, and he sees his shirt's dirty, so he takes that off, and then Then he starts to look for the soap.
What if he had, like, checked the flume, though?
That'd be weird.
How's my flume doing?
Just random.
There's gonna be a lot of fireplace heads who are gonna be like, that's not the flume, that's something else.
You knew that the washing hands was going to be a thing, though, because
Oh yeah.
no, everyone's been so bloody, and almost nobody has washed their hands.
Ash.
Except that one time Caroline killed that guy at the high school, and she was so bloody, and she had to wash off a bunch of blood.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, no one washes their hands.
Ash, in this show, especially this episode, they don't foreshadow, they five shadow. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking on the phone with Stefan, notices that the soap is missing. Isabel is playing all the sides.
Yeah.
She has Elena in the back seat, calling Catherine on the phone. He who, Catherine says. Which has an odd note, but I don't know. Catherine. Isabel is playing Catherine also?
Mm-hmm.
He who.
She says he who.
Yeah, I don't know. The strong vampire, which I guess is a witch, knocks Catherine down.
Oh, yeah, he's a witch, for sure. Or a warlock, or whatever.
Caroline calls Matt, leaving messages, and she says, call me in my Ford Fiesta. I can totally patch you through my speakers.
Yeah. Hands-free calling.
Yep. Hit me on my two-way. She does all the she does all the commercials. She drinks a Pepsi.
Call me on my big iPad phone.
Yep, my Samsung. But actually, Matt is in her house.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
He's there to cool down, I said, and learn. The Salvatore bros go to Isabel's decrepit mansion. They're looking for Elena. They don't find her.
Nope, they see Isabel's suitcases only.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's Isabel's stuff.
How do they know what her suitcases look like?
Detective work.
Isn't that weird?
Yes, Ash, they're cutting corners.
That's okay.
That's all good. We love them for it. Isabel and Elena at a cemetery. Elena's trying to figure out what's going on. Are you taking me to Klaus? Isabel shows Elena her, as in Isabel's gravestone.
Mm-hmm. Because she was dead for a long time or whatever. She couldn't be found. They presumed she was dead.
Yeah. It's a very night before Christmas?
Nightmare?
Scrooge? Not Nightmare.
Oh.
The Scrooge.
Yeah.
Isn't that the night before Christmas? Are we dumb? What's Scrooge and like the ghosts?
I know.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Come on, Ash.
I was thinking I was like the little boy, and
Tiny Tim.
I was thinking I had a thought process
Yes.
going, but you got to it before me.
What's the night before Christmas? Just nothing?
It's a story.
It's the
night
poem.
before Christmas. Yeah.
And all through the house. Not a creature was stirring except for a rat pushing a cocaine button.
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas after all.
Hey, you gotta get them what they want. You see a rat's Christmas list? There's one thing on it, baby.
It's so weird and bad and terrible. I hate it.
Oh. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh,
The night before Christmas.
but
This
actually,
gravestone.
a Christmas Carol. It's a Christmas Carol moment.
Yes.
Because like that ghost of the Christmas future or
Future
whatever
past,
shows
yeah.
Scrooge his own. And is Scrooge even the main character?
Yes.
Okay. So Scrooge like sees his gravestone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Isabella Scrooge.
Mm-hmm.
Elena is
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. Okay. We're getting there, Ash. This was a big scene. Ash,
It was.
Elena's birth grandparents may be still alive.
I know. They were like, or Isabel had said that my parents, your grandparents,
Yeah.
got me this gravestone or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, wait, what? But it was her. She's talking about her birth grandparents.
Yeah, birth grandparents. Isabel gets a call. Klaus now has the Moonstone and Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Let the doppelganger go.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel apologizes.
To Elena.
It's too late to apologize, I would say. She's no longer compelled. So, yeah, an original can compel a vampire, and we saw her getting compelled at some point.
Yeah, Klaus had compelled her to... I mean, it's insinuated, but Klaus compelled her to do all the things she did to give him Catherine and the Moonstone, and she's like, okay, I'm done. He's like, you're done. Then she rips off her necklace, which is her daylight ring version.
Yeah.
And burns up on top of her grave.
On her own grave. And I said that would be a good scene in a book because you'd be able to feel the interior monologues and stuff like that.
That would be a good scene.
Also, it seems to me like Klaus said, "You're fired."
Oh, Pete.
Literally.
But I don't think she was compelled to kill herself.
No. She didn't want to be compelled again.
Yeah, she chose that. She saved Elena. She was like, all right, I'm done.
I hope she saved Elena. I hope
in her mind or whatever
I hope she
did.
thinks that she saved Elena. I hope she actually did. But yeah, she doesn't want to be compelled anymore to do bad stuff against her daughter.
Yeah, and that also goes back to what she said to Alaric. I don't want to do what I'm going to do without telling you I loved you. But she's going to kill herself.
Is this the end of Isabel?
Seems like it. Burned up.
Yeah. But as we see later, people can take many forms, many vessels. Matt and Caroline, she says she loves him, and he says he's all alone. VA Beach mom?
Yeah.
His VA Beach mom doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
His sister's dead. All his friends are liars. These are like good emo lyrics.
And I've been listening to the podcast, Welcome to OC Bitches, with Melinda Clark, not even really thinking about how she also plays Matt's mom.
Does she mention it?
Not yet.
She should. I mean, it does make sense for her too, but...
They talk about different things they've done.
What's Bilson talk about? Is she still married to, what's his face?
Anakin.
Hayden?
Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still married, but she does talk about meeting him on the set of Jumper.
Ooh.
And that's when they fell in love and whatever, and they went to all these different cities, and they had their premiere in Egypt and all this kind of stuff.
Tatooine.
And they have kids.
Another Star Wars reference.
But she also talks about being in a relationship with Brody.
Who's that?
Adam Brody.
Oh.
Because they've dated.
AB.
But she calls him Brody.
Whoa.
You gotta listen, Pete. Come on.
How are you gonna be able to lock down Brody and Hayden?
I don't know, man.
Wow.
How are you gonna lock down Bilson? I would date her too.
I mean, Brody.
They all three of them.
Dated. Adam Brody dated Bilson, and now is married to Lade Meester, which I have a very popular tweet that why didn't he take her last name and become Mr. Meester?
I know, but yeah, and she's from Gossip Girl.
Yes. And also the tweet wasn't popular.
It was a good tweet.
It's a good tweet. We're here to hear tweets.
We can do Pete's tweets.
Oh, man. We won't tonight, but Pete's tweets.
You guys, if you want to hear Pete's tweets, let us know.
Peter L. Harmon on Twitter.
Or tell us and we'll read some. What's happening?
How did we get here?
I don't know. I can't read your notes.
He wants... Oh, All His Friends Are Liars, emo song? I don't know. He wants Caroline to make him forget. I don't want to look at
Matt?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt. I don't want to look... Oh, and here comes like more silliness, though. I don't want to look at you and see what I'm seeing right now, he says. And then he continues. A dark cape, big fangs, bat wings for arms. It's too scary, Caroline. Make me forget. Right? That's what he's saying when he looks at her.
How we go.
That's actual dialogue. That was
I don't
in the
want to
show.
see you like this when I look at you. Dark Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
Your bat wings don't look very good.
Not good. Not good. Not good.
A dark cape and big fangs.
Bum, bum, bum.
They're too scary.
For me, Matt. He sings about it.
My name.
Yeah, he sings about himself.
In case anyone
Was confused.
Yeah. I respect that in a song.
Yeah, why not?
I want to know, sometimes I want to know who. Because look, Ash, a common misconception when you're listening to music early on is like, this song is by Puff Daddy about Puff Daddy. Maybe Puff Daddy is inhabiting someone else and like telling a different story.
Mm-hmm. You want to know? I know.
But then like once you learn more about music, it's like maybe they're telling a story.
Or you're just like, it's about me, Matt. That's me. That's
Yes.
my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Ash, you are making this so long, going off the
No,
rails.
I'm not.
All right. Elena is really going through it, mourning her mother.
Yeah.
Who-
She just watched her mother burn to death.
Yikes.
She just found out that her real mother was alive,
Yep.
but she's a vampire. And now she watched her burn to death all within like less than a year. That's too much.
I mean, who knows? This show probably took place, like, the timeline is like 2 weeks. It's going to take us several years to watch it.
I know it was quick for her to do all that. That's a lot. That's too much.
Damon comes in and says they got played and now wants to sign their mansion over to Elena so it's her house and no vampires can come in, which we only kind of heard of this idea earlier in this episode. Mm-hmm. It was Isabel's idea.
Of having a safe house.
And the bros are learning from it.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle John wakes up. Damon presses him up. Elena says, let him go. We need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy is reading up on Bonnie's powers somehow in the grimoire or something.
Mm-hmm.
Using too much of her power would kill Bonnie.
Well, yeah, and he says, how much of your power will it take to kill Klaus?
An original.
An original. All of it.
All of it.
Which means she would die.
Yeah, and Bonnie is like now sounding like Elena.
Yeah, martyr. Like, I'll just die because
Yes.
this is what I was born to do. I'm the only one who can do it. I'll just kill him and then die.
She's saying, warm it up, Chris.
I'm about to.
Warm it up, Chris.
That's
what I was born to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, man, I was so glad I got the first part, but I failed on the second. Sorry.
A montage begins. Matt gets in the squad car or whatever with Sheriff Forbes.
Yeah. It was just like sitting out in the front of the house.
And I'm a little confused. I got her to tell me everything. So he went in there, he was in the house. He was in their house. Got Caroline to tell him everything. And then asked Caroline to take it away. And then Caroline didn't compel him to take it away. But now Sheriff Forbes says, tell me everything. So now Matt didn't get compelled, and now he can tell her.
You have it right.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember when Matt was freaking out and he went to Sheriff Forbes and he was like, I want you to tell me how you covered up Vicky's death because she was killed by a vampire. And she's like, whoa, chill out. Yeah. And then we don't see him until he talks to Caroline. So apparently there's no scene of it, but there's in this timeline or whatever, Sheriff Forbes asks Matt to go and talk to Caroline and get everything, all the information from her, and ask her to compel him so she can go back and so he can go back and tell it all to Sheriff Forbes. Yeah. But she gives him verbatim, so he doesn't actually get compelled.
Got it.
So when he's in there talking to her, he does get all the information, and then he says, "Make me forget." So Caroline thinks that he's compelled, but he's not compelled. He goes to talk to Sheriff Forbes, tells her everything, and they're like, I feel like she died. And she's like, she did.
Yeah.
She did. But also, Sheriff Forbes has already been compelled to forget about Caroline. Because remember, Caroline tried to tell her mom that she was a vampire and she freaked out. And so she compelled her.
Yeah.
So this is the second time she's finding out that Caroline is a vampire. But
Dang.
she's not compelled at this moment about that anymore.
There's a lot of compilation going on.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
It's kind of a big moment.
confusing.
So right now, okay, so basically all you need to know is Matt knows everything, Sheriff Forbes knows everything, and Caroline thinks that
They don't.
Matt's compelled and her mom doesn't know anything.
Wow.
So they know everything, she thinks they know nothing.
Lots of process.
Yeah.
Uncle John is talking about Isabel and Catherine being friends. They were both like bloodthirsty vampires, but they were good friends, lol.
But they're super selfish.
Isabel promised to keep Elena safe. And did she?
Mm-hmm.
So far, I
So
guess.
far, yeah.
I don't know. He'll do whatever. Okay, he said, I'll do whatever you want and then I'll go.
Or if you want me to go, I'll go.
And I said, that's really all you can want from a person. I'll do whatever I want. I'll do whatever you want and then I'll go. Okay.
But that's not what he said. He said, I'll do whatever you want. If you want me to go, I'll go.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, she didn't say anything. He looked at her and he was like, oh. And then he got up and started walking away. And then she's like, you are totally an F up. You mess up every single thing.
You're a totally gross, boring nerd.
But you're my only parent I have left, so I guess I can learn to not hate you.
Yeah, that's what she
Yikes.
said.
Oh, can you imagine your kid saying that to you? That was so sad.
I feel like my kids say that all the time to me.
No, they don't.
And, yeah, maybe she can learn. Maybe she can learn not to hate him.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say H-E double hockey stick. That's not hate. That's so weird.
H-A single hockey stick.
H-A cross E.
I can learn to H-A cross E.
That's a new one.
Damon and Stefan are having a brothers bond.
Of course. As are we.
Oh, yes. The third brother, Jim. Catherine has no idea that Bonnie got her powers back and got even more powers.
Yeah.
Bonnie is their secret weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine wakes up in the car. I woke up in a car, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I wish that song was playing.
And that powerful vampire, actually a witch, is doing something weird to Alaric. There's vials involved.
Yeah, and needles.
Tubes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the medical terms.
Some saw. Shoot.
I said, uh-oh. And then I said, did they put Klaus up in the Alaric?
Well, because who's there? Isabel?
No, Isabel's dead. It's Catherine.
Oh, yeah, it's Catherine. Catherine's like there, and then he's like talking in, what country is she from?
Petrovian.
No, it sounds Russian, but it's not. It's a different thing.
I don't know, but
I can't remember.
But Alaric does stand up with the like a new posture.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little thinner for some reason.
Yeah, he's serving a whole different vibe.
Yes.
And then he speaks in her language, and then he says like that he missed her or whatever.
Yeah, and she's like, Klaus?
Mm-hmm.
If you put the blood of an original into like a regular guy, they're the original. So Klaus was just walking around in a vial for a long time. No wonder no one could find him. What?
All right, tell me more, Pete. What's your fangs?
I said, you have to say it the way that 2 Chainz says his name. 2 Fangs.
Yeah, it was a good app. It was a really good one after having a long break.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot going on.
Too much, in my opinion. We need more montages. We need more, like, musical parts so I can, like, watch the stuff and type less.
And there should be a little bit more kissing.
Ooh. Couple smooches.
But there were some really good reveals, and I don't know. It was good. I think I'll say Two Fangs.
Two Fangs.
Two Fangs.
Ash, we have no time for games this eve.
But what are your Pete-dictions?
Pete-dictions. Klaus is in the house. He's in...
But you don't think that Alark is Klaus?
No. Well, Klaus's blood is using Alark's body.
Okay.
And whether they can suck it out of there, back into the vial, probably, or... I don't know. This is a new revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine seems to have bit off more than she can chew.
Mm-hmm.
Elena has a new mansion. She signed the deed. Good for her. She's a homeowner.
Those boys are going to give her anything she wants, let's be honest.
Yep.
What about Matt and Sheriff Forbes?
Oh, man. I don't even know.
Untied end right there, a.k.a. loose.
That's very loose. When your mom and your BF are against you, that's scary. I don't know. And also Caroline, she's not built for that. She needs love in her life.
She does.
But to have these two conniving against her, I don't like that. Probably, so we're episode 17, got 5 more episodes left. Bonnie's going to make some major moves. Mm-hmm. There might be some more progression in that Jeremy relationship. I don't think Bonnie's going to, like, sacrifice herself and die. I think she'll probably get real hurt, and then, like, Jeremy will hug her and stuff. But other than that, Ash, I don't know. There's going to be a lot going on in these last 5 episodes, especially if they keep, like, saying new stuff. Like, you can just put vials of blood in people and stuff.
Yeah, they just are coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see the last 5 eps. There's always a big lead up to the season finale.
Do you still think you're going to meet Klaus?
Well, I think we just did.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that there's a show called The Originals.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't see Klaus in the flesh in this, and then they cast some other guy in The Originals. I don't know. But how... I guess we could possibly see the actor in the flashback, but in this moment, the blood is in Alark's body.
That's interesting, though, because you're watching it later that the originals exist, but that show didn't exist when I was watching this. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting, like, little tidbit that you have.
Yep. I've got tids and bits. Ash.
Yeah?
I hope we're back next week. If not next week, some other week, but we're committed.
We'll get there.
We have Summertime Forever Summer merch. tpublic.com/user/highdive. There's like high dive stuff on there, happenstances stuff on there. But if you buy something pug related, our beloved pug Summer, we will donate half of the profits from the merch to the Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles, pugnationla.org, and you can donate there yourself. You don't have to buy our merch at all. You can just go there, throw a couple little baby puggies your money.
Yeah, I actually just got like a message from them that they had a couple little puppies come in that had some serious medical needs, like an eye thing and a liver thing, and they get these pugs fixed up, and they literally save their lives.
Yep.
And then they find homes for them. And so your money is going to go to some life-saving measures.
Yes. And if you want to give us some of it, we'll take it, and then we'll give half of it. But you get a notebook or like a T-shirt in return.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yep. And I would just say... follow at High Dive Publishing on Instagram. for like to see when these eps are coming out.
Yeah, you gotta stay on top of it.
All right. Good talking with you all once again, and we will see you soon.
Good night.